good looking.
Yeah, it was off. You ain't realize it though.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Oh man, we're back, and we're back for another week. We're back.
Yo, and
yeah.
First of all, thank you to all the feedback we got from the last one.
Yeah, man.
You know, my man Obsession, me and him talked about this ad nauseum for the last 2 weeks. So I'm gonna let him start off this show before we get into the topic.
Oh no,
and explain
we not.
what cooperation is to these women.
We not jumping right into that. we could do that later. We will do that later.
Okay, we'll do that later.
But we need cooperation.
We do need cooperation. It looks like Christina won't be able to join us because of a certain technical situation she's dealing with. But next week, I guarantee her to be here.
I don't think she paid her cable.
Yeah, that too. She's gonna be a vital part of this show because the one thing we know is that if me and Obsession are just talking, then we're bashing. But if you have a lady in the mix, it's a dialogue or it's a conversation, right? So we definitely gonna, maintain that type of energy. But today's topic, without further ado, Obsession had made a statement in the first episode about the dusty guy or the dusty male.
Yeah.
And I had talked about the beta male. And we're gonna change his name from Dusty to Thirsty.
He's thirsty now. Okay.
He's thirsty. And the reason why he's thirsty is simply because he's relentless.
Okay.
The thirsty male, whether you live in an apartment building or whether you're going to do your laundry, if you live in like a major city, you have to do your laundry at a laundromat, or whether you go pick up your dry cleaning, ladies, or whatever, he's always going to be in your ear like, girl.
Always.
Girl, I just feel like
always.
If I could just get a chance, girl, I would just.
I'm saying, I be seeing you, man. I know you got a dude, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really got it cracking like that, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, like I'm saying, let me holler at you real quick, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let me show you what was cracking with you, though. You know what I mean? For
the New York City impaired, that's how we talk up here, right? So, like, if you ever walk down a New York City street, especially...
man, I don't do that. Don't say that's how we talk.
Well, that's how thirsty men talk in New York City, right? Go. So, for example, if you're either in Brooklyn, I would say Brooklyn or in Harlem, you hear it the most, especially at random. Yeah. You be like, yo, ma, why you be curving me like that, ma, yo.
It's almost like they begging. You know what I mean?
They're literally begging.
We got to kind of get past that, man. Like, really and truly, it is a problem. It is, because it's a two-part problem. One, like you have a girl who's a bona fide 4, maybe a 5, and she gets so much attention from the dusties and then the niggas that's in her DMs that she has the attitude of a 10, and she come out in the world with that attitude, and it's not fun to deal with.
Yeah, the thirsty male.
Oh my God,
the thirsty male.
I'm not. Listen, hold on, wait. Let me be clear, right? I'm not trying to really disparage anybody. You know what I mean? But it's the equivalent of like a fat guy saying that. Well, a fat broke guy. Let me put it together. A fat broke guy demanding a model chick. Like, you're not going. That's not for you. Like, you don't qualify. So then, when you have this 4 or a 5 with this overinflated ego, and she's rolling up making all these demands, you looking at her like, ma, you don't qualify. Stop. But the dusties, they pump their heads up because they will do anything to smash.
I agree with that.
And we got to get past that. You know
I agree with that.
The dusty, y'all need to stop, man. You half-raised niggas. Relax, bro. Relax, man. Relax. There's plenty of women out here, bro. Relax.
Now, I think let me expound on that. So, and that's the problem what you just said. I think a lot of times both the beta and the thirsty male, right? They lack something that men who are in their purpose or alpha or men who just are in the knowing understands. And that is that I don't care what you say, women have already chosen you when they see you, right? Facts. So when we could talk and kind of like ice the cake right? You could make the cake more appealing. But if they see you first, very little you can say to them is going to make it better. It could make it worse.
Yeah.
But it's not going to really make it better. And I think that that's their problem. Now let's get to the beta male. I'm going to go Discovery Channel for you. So I think every male, I know, even though if you want to admit it or not, every male starts as a beta, and I call it the caterpillar to the butterfly effect. You start as a beta because you don't have true experience with the opposite sex. So especially if you come from a religious background, you think like your character and your integrity, and because I wiped the snarl off my mouth and my nose and and I pull up my pants and I got my job, right? You think that means something in the pantheon of the female mind, and it doesn't. And what happens is that until you go through the fire, Obsession had your story, right? When you was like, you went to your uncle and you said, yo, I'm nice to this person, and then you realize one day, like, yo, I can't do that.
Nah.
And that's when you became this beautiful. You ever seen a butterfly with the dots on the wing, and it has a little tricolor spectrum, right? And then you ever seen a butterfly that's just plain, like a moth?
Yeah.
So the moth is the thirsty, right?
There you go.
And then the butterfly with all the colors,
there you go.
Is like me and you, like we develop.
I'm right there. I'm right there with you.
Right, and that's what we try. I'm showing you the transformation that we go through to getting to the alpha male versus the beta male simp versus the thirsty male.
Well, I don't. Do I totally agree?
Well, if you disagree, go ahead.
Well, because I'm thinking back to my childhood, just growing up in the neighborhood, and there were always some individuals who were a little more outgoing, a little more forward thinking, a little more edgy. There was always a young dude that was kind of ahead of the pack. So I don't know if you kind of grow into your alpha status. I think over time, you gain more confidence, those who aren't kind of just born into that. But there was always someone in the neighborhood when I was younger who just kind of had that edge.
So you think some dudes are actually born?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of seems like some men are kind of born with that edge, that just right out the gate, that killer instinct. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong.
I listen, and I'm not. I just think, look, it's like this. I look at it like in anything, cultural norms, societal norms. Meaning, you're not born with a God.
Right.
You're born with the God of the proximity of the home you live in. So if you're born in a Christian household, you're gonna get offered Christianity.
Of course.
So I just think that art imitates life. Like, cause I could tell you, like, I was raised by my mom and dad. They were married. My father died 4.5 years ago. My mom is still in existence. But so my dynamic of understanding male and female nature is through them two. But as I got older, you realize, like, okay, this is not what I grew up seeing. Right. So I just think that's why I call it the caterpillar to the butterfly, right? Because once you expand your mind and expand your horizon, you're like, oh, love. Right? So I'll give you when I was like I told you, I was a card carrying 5-star general, Purple Heart on my shoulder, beta male.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell you this story. I used to have like the biggest crush, right, on this lady I used to know. This was circa 2000, let's say like 11.
Right.
On this lady I know from Canada. We friends to this day, a little bit younger than me, but she moves to New York from Canada, and she gets with a dude, right? And he does her all types of dirty. And I thought, because I was the shoulder to cry on, Lord Jesus, no, he do that. No. Did he do that? Right? I'm slobbering. No, don't tell me he did it. right? And yo, she would call me every single day, right? And then ask me all these questions about why he doing this. And I'm sitting there thinking I'm Dr. Philin and I'm Steve Harvey and, you know, her to death with all this goofy stuff. And I'm thinking, man, I just want it so bad. I was joing all the things your man won't do. And one day she ups and moves to Florida.
Yeah.
I think I heard from her like 2 more weeks and she was gone. And then she moves back to New York. Right? And this is funny because, and I'm telling you this story because it's like, it shows the variant of where I am now. Uh-huh. So she, we're still friends. Like she knows that, like I always tell her, like I told her, she wasn't one that moved the car, but she started the car from me leaving the Caterpillar stage into where I'm at now. Because, and then she said something so crazy, Obsession. I think I told you this. When about a month and a half ago, she calls me and she was like, I'm a psychoanalyze you. Are you ready, Andre? I'm like, yeah. I said, but if this is crazy, I'm gonna laugh. She said, you know what your problem was? Instead of worrying about the 30 million other women in New York, I don't know why she said 30 million other women in New York City, you worried about me who wasn't really ready. And I said to her, did that stop you from calling me? Did that stop you from literally utilizing my attention, which is currency?
Well, what you were supposed to do was not take some of those phone calls.
That's hindsight is 2020.
That's what you were supposed to do.
Hindsight is 2020.
You know, women like competition, bro. They will say they don't, but they do.
Ladies, you heard what this man said?
They do. And they don't want to be with the dude that nobody else wants.
Do you have a bomb to drop on that one or a hand clap,
you know,
something?
Somebody was, hold on a second, because somebody was absolutely... Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so now, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever ghosted a dude?
Yes.
Why did you ghost him?
Because of multiple reasons.
Well,
give me one. He called me just one.
Give me a couple. Go ahead. Go for it. Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, okay, number one, I thought he wanted a hug, and while I gave him a hug, he squeezed my butt. That's number one.
Okay.
That was very inappropriate and unexpected. Number two, he called me his girlfriend to his friends when we had only been talking for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, number three, on our first and only date, he FaceTimed his sister and had me speak to her.
On the first date?
What?
On the first date.
So he's moving too fast. So he's moving too fast.
Exactly. He was doing a lot to me.
Help him, Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Help him, Father.
Wow. So now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Do women like men who have other women?
Wow.
Give the Lord some praise on
that. I think to be honest, well, to date them or like, because liking someone and being attracted to them and actually pursuing them is
the whole kid and caboodle. Go for it.
Go for it, man.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't go for someone that has chicks, but at the same time, a guy who gets a lot of women and he's attracted, I mean, he's going to get that attention. Women are going to look at him. There are a lot of 3 or 4s that'll still go after him even if he is taken. So it just depends on the chick.
See, what did I tell you? I said, they don't want to be with a dude that no one else wants.
That's the first rule. No woman wants a man that no woman wants.
They don't.
Because then it's like, why nobody don't want you? What's wrong with you?
Get a Lord a hand clap.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why we just needed to ask a woman.
Yes.
Because people don't want to be honest about this.
Anything else?
Don't be out there breaking no hearts, all right?
Thank you. Please.
No, but can I just clarify that before I ghosted him, I did kind of give him hints to let him know, like, it wasn't going to work out with too much. And then he was just like, well, I still want you in my life regardless. And I just was right then and there, but no,
So that's the thirsty male. That's the thirsty male.
So just to put that out there, like I wouldn't because I don't believe in doing stuff to others that I wouldn't want them to do, that I had to ghost him because he wasn't trying to go nowhere. Moving too fast.
Well, there it is.
Just throw that out there.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Listen.
All right. 973. 574-3398. Again, 973-574-3398. That's the number. You can call.
That's the number. And also, when you call in, male or female, who's worse, right? Who's worse, the thirsty male or the beta male simp? I will say this: the thirsty male is more annoying, but in the pantheon of this dating game, the beta male simp is worse because their tactics.
Why?
Okay, so for example, like I said last week, I've witnessed friendships dissolve over Will Smith, who's a beta himself, slapping another man, and I seen the betas come out like roaches when the lights come on at 12:30 at night. Like, I'm talking about, it was everything. Like I told you, one thing about beta males, when they're on the attack, it could be the Ukrainian war. What are we doing for black women? Yo, it is going to rain all next week in New York City. What are y'all doing for our black women?
What are we doing for our queens? Are we all going to come out with umbrellas and walk our queens to the train station?
Listen, and the one thing about the beta male simp is they have this cognitive dissonance that these like pseudo, they gaslight with these words, sister queen, mother magic, and these chakra princesses. And
I don't care what Tupac said. If you a crackhead, you ain't
you ain't a black queen, mama.
No,
that's harsh.
Stop it.
But the beta male simp is worse, right? And because everything they use, it could be our demise, even themselves, and they use that to like, how can I do more? And it's like that. It doesn't work like that. It has to be a nuanced conversation.
It has to be.
It has to be a nuanced conversation. So to close that story, like, listen, when she said that to me, I was like, Mom, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I said, but it let me know that hindsight 2020, I never had a chance with you. Attention is currency to a woman. And it's a currency that as much as you willing to spend is as much as they willing to take.
I totally agree with you, brother.
That's just a fact. And for me, the one thing I also learned is women ghost men more than men ghost women.
I mean, men for the most part, even if they're in a bad relationship, they try to tough it out.
Right.
Women, on the other hand, they be like, you know what? I can do better.
They always can do better.
I can do better.
They always can do better. And matter of fact, since we're doing this live on YouTube and Facebook, social media and social media platforms have made the beta male simp become the Incredible Hulk. Before it was Bruce Banner, he was in, behind the corner somewhere hiding. Now they are out, and they're your celebs and pseudoscientists, right? They're your Steve Harveys, they're your Umars, they're all these people that just
Derek Jackson.
Oh God, Derek Jackson I've never seen someone conquer both sides of the hustle. He conquered the respectability politics side from dating, meaning, if you're separated, you better not date another woman because you're not legally divorced, all while he had about 6 women. Yeah. Then he said, well, they caught me, so now I'm going to do the redemption. I found Jesus side of the game and mastered that. It's So you saying, I don't think he's as popular as he was before. Listen,
I mean, if he's doing this whole redemption thing, you got some people that's going to ride with him, but I don't think he'll ever have the impact that he did in the beginning.
He doesn't, and I'm going to tell you, the only reason why he don't have the impact now is because he can't.
The jig is up, bro.
No, because he can't sell the sex that he sold. He was literally talking respectability politics, but he was taking 6-pack. Like, he was showing his body off, and he was doing certain things to like promote his sexuality and his physicality. Right. Now he's in a vest and a butterfly collar and a suit, and he's like this in his office with Bibles behind him. Right. It's a different. It's a total different dynamic. But Derek Jackson, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah, he set us back, bro.
He set us back like it was horrible. Like like I say, me and you being in New York City, we see the thirsty male and you can walk past him. It's like, he out here. He just, but that beta They like snakes in the grass, man.
Yeah.
They're like snakes in the grass. And like I say, we all were betas.
I mean, I talked about it last time. I had my moment,
right?
Early in the game. But I learned from a young age. I was probably like 15 or 16 when I caught on. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, we got to switch this up because this ain't working. But inherently, I wanted to be nice to the women that I encountered, even when I was being an asshole. But I knew being a nice guy wasn't going to work. It might work for a little while, but after a while, she's going to start getting out of pocket. And I know some women like, what he mean out of pocket? Talking crazy, talking reckless, saying whatever comes to her mind. Like, no, you got to put a filter on that. Just like you want me to be tactful in how I speak to you and how I come across, I expect the same thing. And, when you're playing that nice guy role, some women will steamroll over you, unfortunately. So I used to get stuck in this place where I'm rocking with this girl. I really like her. Everything is cool. Mm-hmm. And I'm being the asshole because it's the only thing that's really keeping her in line, right? And I want to get to a place where I don't have to do this anymore. I want to be nicer to her, right? But I know that once I turn that corner, it's two things. Ain't no coming back, and she's going to change. And I did it anyway. All right, let me start being nice. Let me be a little more attentive. Yeah. Let me call. Let me be pleases and thank yous. And like clockwork, they would switch up. And I was like, you know what? Look at this shit.
Yo.
So going back to being the asshole is what works. So beta, I don't want to say, I hate saying beta males, but those dudes are created. They are.
I think they're born, bro.
I don't know, man.
And I'm gonna tell you, look, let me show you something. I will tell you this. I'm gonna meet you halfway though. Let's just why what you just described with women, because
so all men are born beta. That's what you're saying.
All men are the caterpillar effect, the caterpillar to the butterfly.
I don't know, man.
All men are born beta. Now, will they turn into the beautiful butterfly?
I think you're just a blank canvas, bro.
No,
and whatever you put on it is what's on it.
I mean, we could agree to disagree on that, but can we agree there's always a transition for you to become, ultimate alpha male in your purpose?
I will give you that.
There you go. Like, because listen, let me tell you something. Once again, car carrying 5-star general beta male I was. That's why I laugh at guys when they say like the craziest thing. I know a guy, and I'm not making fun of my man at all.
Oh, they're trying to get at you on the phone.
I know a guy that he's 5'2", bro.
Yeah.
Somewhat losing his hair. Wears glasses. And nothing wrong with this, right? And me and him argue. Remember, me and you talked about this. Me and him was talking about it. And we argue about, like, not argue, but I be telling him, I say, listen, bro, get into your lane first. Get your finances.
Yeah.
Because I said, bro,
you got too many strikes against you.
Right. Women are not going to go in a crowd and say, he's the nice one.
They're not.
I'm gonna pick him. I said, no, bro. Listen, we live in the Western world.
Yeah.
Right? And what's crazy was right next to me was a lady of Suriname, but she's Suriname Indian, East Indian. So she knew, like I tell people all the time, me going to India is what really made me become like an atheist and really made me like look at life differently. So I told him, I was like, bro, you know the difference between us living in America or Western Europe or Australia or any what we call in civilized, industrious country or continent is the fact that women have a choice. And if you give any person a choice, they're going to select the grandiose version of said choice. Right? What did we say last week? You take me to the car lot, you be like, Andre, I just hit a lick. One of my publishing checks came in from some of my DJing, my remixes, right? Mm-hmm. Let's go to the car lot. I'm not gonna say, yo, I said she my man, I'm gonna get that Ford Explorer. No. What I'm gonna say? Yo, give me that Maserati truck right now.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I told him that, and he said, no, guy, not every. I said, listen, I'm not trying to deter you from finding a good woman. I'm letting you know when she's with her girls, and they discussing about the guy she just met, and he said he's 5'2", wear glasses, and he sounds with a little squeaky voice, his inflection, right? They're gonna be like, how much money he got?
That's
Like,
a
he
fact.
ain't got no money.
That's a super fact because
Do he drive a spaceship to work?
fellas,
No, got a
fellas,
skateboard.
fellas, listen, fellas.
Go ahead.
Listen, fellas, listen. When you're 15, 16, 17, you meet a girl. You're 25, 30, 35. You meet a girl, her girlfriend say, well, what does he do? They don't give a damn how you look. They want to know what you do. That's the question that the ladies ask the other ladies after a certain age. So if you think you can survive on just having swag or or if you hit the genetic lottery and you tall and you got green eyes, that shit wear out after a while, brother. You got to have some substance. And substance will always outlast somebody's looks, because show me the baddest bitch in the world and it's a nigga somewhere tired of her ass.
Who hate her. Yes. Who hate her.
So, fellas, you got to really get that together, man. Your finances got to be right.
If it ain't.
Hygiene is important. You got to smell good. The grooming got to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You got to really think about these things. Take care of yourself. Put your best foot forward at all times. You got to ride around ready. So when it's time to take off, you can just take off.
Listen, Maslow's pyramid of hierarchical needs, right? A lot of men and women ignore this part. We talk about self-actualization, but understand that you need external validation. Hence, going back to what me and you just said, no woman wants a man that no woman wants.
They don't.
Right? So if a woman is around a guy that she see the men admire, she's attracted to that.
Yes.
If she's around a guy that she sees that the women are also admiring, she's attracted to that.
Yeah, fellas, let me tell you something. If you take your girl around a dude, and that dude is like the it dude, she looking at him too.
Yo, hold that. The girl I was even telling you about, right? From Canada. When she moved up here with homeboy, right? I always tell women two things. Look at a man's picture. And look at his picture when he's with an attractive woman. This never fails. If he's with that woman in the picture, he like this, get rid of him. Because that man ain't never had no beautiful woman.
For real.
A player, when we just be like, because you know why? We got it, just in case if our other woman sees it, we got to be like, oh, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
Right? Now, another thing that women, I want y'all to listen to me intently. This is free game, no charge. Cash App is open. I'm on my Reverend Night. Listen, if your man bring you around his friends, and the first thing they say is, how did you get her? Abort mission. That man ain't never had no beautiful woman. And his friends are telling you. And I'm telling you, once you give that man some confidence that he can get another woman, all right.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I agree with that.
That's a fact.
I don't know if I agree
Ladies,
with that.
if any of my friends are watching, please call in and tell them that.
I don't know.
That has been tried and true.
I mean, I agree to a certain point.
If you bring me around, if I bring a girl, my girl, let's just say my girl, just hypothetically, and all of my friends is like, yo, he ain't never had no chick like you before.
Now that part,
that's what I'm telling you.
I kind of give you, like, if that's going on, I understand that, right? But I do believe a guy can meet a beautiful woman and rest in that. Like, okay, this might be his first time getting a beautiful woman, but it doesn't go to his head to the point where he feel like, all right, I got one, I can get another one, I can get another one. I think they can be comfortable with the fact that they got her and just chill. I've seen that. I know it's anecdotal, but I've seen that.
Very anecdotal. You're talking about the outlier, not the norm.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
And that's fine.
Man.
That's anyone that's educated know we don't speak in absolutes.
973-574-3398.
Let me see, Christina. I'm gonna send you an invite to get on camera, Christina. Let's see if you can get on.
Christina.
All right, I sent it to you, Christina. Let's pause. There we go. All right, I sent you the invite, Christina. Come on if you got it.
Yeah.
And keep texting me. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. Like I don't. Me and you will never agree upon that, bro. Me and you will never agree upon that because I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again. Guy bring a girl around his boys and she's pretty and he ain't never had no pretty one. Another thing, look at a man's baby mother. If she's not pretty, don't listen to her. I'll get bad.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, man.
I don't know about that.
Bro,
I don't know about
he's
that.
a thirsty.
I
Then he's
don't
thirsty.
know about that.
Then he's
because
thirsty.
If it depends on the age, because if they were young, if they
I
was just
agree
kind
with
of
that.
messing around
I
at
agree with
15,
that.
16 years old, you know, they don't even know themselves yet, and they just got caught up and had a child, then that's one thing. But you know, if they older, I can maybe agree with you then. But you know that
I'm talking about older.
when
I'm
you
talking
early
about
in the
between
game
the
with
age
it,
of
though.
27 and 35.
Okay, all right, now that's different, but you know, shit. Typically in our communities, well, maybe now, but back in the day, everybody was having kids young, bro. They slowing down now, though. I could honestly say that.
Hey, Tesla, if you want, you can call in, bro.
973-574-3398. Let me say it again. 973-574-3398.
If Christina, if you watching, that's the number. I just sent you the invite to join, but you didn't, so you can call in and you can join the show like that.
Yeah, and you know we can talk to Christina.
We can talk to Christina because we want the female. We want all ladies' point of view. I know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna wait till this is over, and then y'all gonna text me about obsession and myself. Instead of
and
calling
you know, and
in.
speaking of that, and this whole
Yeah, go
thing,
ahead.
cooperation
Yeah, I'm
thing
gonna
from
give you the
last
floor.
week. Let me just say, you know, it's cooperation, just working together to the same end. Working together to the same end. That's all cooperation is. And when we say we want cooperation from a woman, that's what we want. We don't want to go left and you pulling right, or I'm pulling right and you pulling left. Like, we need to be on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
You do not rule my household.
Whoa, ooh, y'all not partners?
Never, no, hell no.
Ooh. You don't know the
Hell
hand.
no.
You
No,
don't
no,
know
no,
the
no,
hand
no,
clap.
no,
This
no.
brother's preaching the Lord. Whoa,
No,
whoa.
no.
Wee.
No, I am very decisive, and I don't have time for all of the I don't knows. And you see, you can't even say it's like 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8, 8 and 8 is 16, right? Right? That's just what it is, right?
That's a fact.
With some women, it's like 2 and 2 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
But what kind of 2? Is it a blue 2 or a yellow 2?
Yo,
Does it matter? Yeah, because on Tuesdays, I feel like green 2s. I don't really like yellow 2s. And now we have a whole side conversation instead of just doing 2 and 2 is 4. And I've gone through that so many times, man. It's just like, let's cut out the nonsense. I'm going to make the decisions. I will consult you. We can discuss it.
right.
Right? I'm not saying that I'm going to move like a dictator or anything.
Right.
But when it comes to that final decision, that's up to me. I'm going to make that decision.
But what if it's a benevolent dictatorship?
Well, I don't get down like that.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I will consult. We will have a conversation, but you will not rule my household. And I will never move in with you. That's never going to happen unless, you know, there was a marriage and we got a house together or something like that. But I will never give up my space. You will never be in a position to tell me that I have to leave and pack my shit. You know, no. You know, none of that. But getting back to this cooperation thing, we just want people we want a woman that we can get along with. We want one that's not going to cause too much trouble, because you are troublemakers. We want peace. You know, we don't owe you peace. Then what do you owe us? Then why are you here?
Man,
You know
give
what I mean?
yourself a round of
Why
applause
are
for
you
peace, man.
here if not for peace? If not for us to get along and be happy together? Why are you here if not peace? I've heard that so many times. We don't owe you peace. You got to find your own peace. Well, I found my peace, and you cannot come in here disrupting my peace. That's my point. So I want somebody that's going to cooperate. Like, listen, this is my plan. I got a few things set up. I want to do things this way and that way. You on board or not? And if you're not, that's fine. You know,
Right.
you can do what you're doing. I don't have a problem with that. I just want somebody who's going to get on my page. I'm not getting on anybody else's page at this point in my life ever again.
Man, me and you high five on that. Let me ask you a question. Oh, no, let me not say that. Let me ask another question. I think like this: the difference between an alpha male or a male within his purpose and a beta male simp is the actual understanding you could tell a woman no. Yeah. And that you could just say, all right, man, you gotta leave me, you gotta leave.
Yo.
That's just it. Like, I hear you, man.
Patrice O'Neal said something years ago.
And he was a prophet.
And he said that, when we respond to women, there's a filter that jumps up and stops us from really saying what we want to say. So we got to learn how to remove the filter.
Yeah.
And I have been practicing that. And believe me,
right,
it works.
It does work.
It works. Like, instead, because, you get it off your chest. You just say what you need to say. And usually it's the right thing to say. That first reaction that you have when someone says something to you is usually the right reaction. It's not, unless it's a volatile situation where you feel like if you say what you really need to say, it's going to just rise the temperature all that more. No. Then that's different. But if you guys are just having a general conversation about something, you don't have to sugarcoat or water anything down. Just remove the filter and shoot from the hip.
Right.
And you will usually be spot on. And I've practiced living my life that way, and it's worked just so much better for me. Like, I'm just in a better space. I have more things. I do more things. I go more places. Everything is just kind of flowing because I removed that filter. Now, is that the only thing I did? No. I mean, I had to improve myself. I had to, get my money together. I had to get in that gym. I had to lose weight. I had to watch what I eat.
Get a Lord of hand clap.
All of that, You
know what you just see? You notice every time we talk about this, it always circles back to the reverse of hypergamy, right? We have to always stay sharp. One of my favorite sayings in speculative Mason: there's no such thing as a perfect stone. One must carve daily.
Facts.
You got to be able to take off your shirt 20 years from now with your lady and say, have her go, woof.
Facts.
She got to be able to look at your stock portfolio, your brokerage account, your bank account, and go, woof. Right? She has to have a conversation with you, and because women talk in a stream of consciousness, right? Like you just said, is it a blue two or is it a red two? Is it this or is it that? Knick knack, patty whack.
How about it don't matter?
Right. And then you be like, Mom, what are we talking about? Right? And then it kind of like, you have to be able to steer that car. And I preach that. It made me a better human being and a better man when I understood that, listen, women have a choice. And there's nothing of me pandering to them is gonna help me, because either she likes me or she doesn't. If anyone who's watching this video that know me personally, because a lot of you do, right? And ask this, how many of y'all ladies ghosted me and then y'all ask me, Andre, you know why I ghosted? And my reply to them is because you wanted to.
Well, how many times you been ghosted?
Listen, I was a simp. So I was ghosted enough.
How many times? Give me 5, 10.
1, 2, 3, 30.
Seriously.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why before I answer that, I'll tell you this. I was ghosted a few times because I was a simp on the verge of being the butterfly, but at the same time, me on a personal, the Capricorn in me always sees time and money, and women want time. And at that time, I wasn't doing that. But I just wasn't in my purpose. So I was ghosted enough to understand the game. But I guarantee you this, a lot of them resurface because.
Well, I could attest to that. Because even now, not every woman is going to like you. It's just what it is. Like, there's always somebody for somebody else. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you can't expect everybody.
Every pot has a top.
There you go. But I do remember a couple of women that curved me back in the day,
and came back home today.
And now it's like, what's up? And I'm like,
and listen, you know what?
Cool.
Do you take it as flattery though, or you take it as hey big hey?
I don't take it. You know what? Let me tell you how I take it. I take it as
hey big head is desperation.
I take it as you're a little older now. You're looking at your options, and you trying to pick the best one.
Hey, babe, hey.
That's how I see it. Like, I don't feel flattered. I didn't all of a sudden overnight become this suave, debonair motherfucker and you just have to have me. You've known me for 20 years.
Like, yeah, baby.
Oh no, that didn't happen. You know, you don't have the options you used to have, and I'm well aware of that. You know, so now it's like, yo, what's up? What you doing? Let's go to brunch. Nope.
Well, listen, I'm you know,
Nope, no mimosas and hostess. No.
I'm gonna tell you what happened a lot to me when I was in mid-20s, right? This what happened. And this when I knew something was wrong with me, right? You take a woman out on a date, and then they like, oh, you're so nice. I like you so much, right? And then you don't hear from them, right? And then you get this phone call. And when they either text you or call you, and you the one taking them out, but they say, why do men? But you know, I ain't do nothing to her. Yeah. And then they be like, yeah, you too busy for me. So I said, hold up. I wasn't too busy to take you out. And I wasn't too busy to take you to a movie and all that goofy stuff. But I was too busy to get invited for cookies and vagina.
Well, I mean, you probably
yeah, I was a simp at the time.
You were probably food and drinks in her phone. That's how she saved you food.
Oh man, you gonna just
you was food and drinks. That's who you was in her phone.
I was food and drinks.
Yeah, they got all kind of niggas in their phone. Phone bill.
I'm gonna
Uber Eats. They
I'm
say
gonna
niggas' name is Uber Eats.
you know me, I'm so transparent. So I'm gonna actually give you a 5 for that, brother. I'm gonna tell you why I know I'm food and drinks, right? I used to date an Argentinian woman in Los Angeles, right? And every time I was over there, we date, we like, hang out, boom, But one time, right, she found out I was in LA and she hit me up. And she goes like this. So what you doing? I said, I was surprised you hit me up. Like, you ain't text me back. Like when I told you I was coming out, yeah, I was going through some things. So this one I was post-simp though. So then we in like North 3rd downtown LA, like Koreatown, right? So we eating and we're eating. And then she tells me about her boyfriend. And I'm looking around like, why am I here talking about, right? So then she's drinking. And I'm like, who's paying for this? I'm just thinking in my mind. And I'm a Capricorn, so I'm literally adding up the dinner, the plates, the drinks, all at the same time.
That's $45. Them drinks is $12 each.
The bill came, it was $210. And I don't eat like that, and I definitely don't drink, right? So I paid it.
Thank you so much, Ray. I had such a good time.
She's like, oh my God, you're such a trooper. You had me listen to it, right? Okay.
Food and drinks.
3 months later, I'm back in LA, right? Now, this let me show you how an alpha male butterfly adapts to his surroundings. So this time, she knew I was there.
Happy meal.
She calls me, right? She calls me, and I do this now every time. She calls me and goes, Andre, you're out here. What are you doing? I said, I just ate. What you doing? I was hungry. I said, we can go play some pool.
Happy meal.
I just burped. I just
that was the name in the phone. It was Happy Meal.
Well, no, I was the good guy for the right moment. Happy Meal.
But you had your name in the phone was Grimace.
Listen, I have no problems admitting that, right? But see now I'm gonna tell you what I do. Like I'll take a woman out on a date. And let her talk that feminist stuff. Oh, Andre, I'm a feminist, and we partners, and I'll make sure we have Philippe Childs. That bill come, I look at the bill. Whew, thank God you're a feminist, girl. Go pay this bill.
Yeah.
I know you got it. We marched on Washington for you to pay this bill.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it worked for me.
They want some of the good shit and leave the rest. Like, they cherry picking. I'll take some of this. I'll take women and children first. Give me that. I'll take that. I'll take equal pay. Give me that. Pay for dates. No, that's your shit. You keep that shit.
No, that's a man. We don't want that. Man's job.
Go see what's going on. Bump in the night. No, you go see. You go check out that bump in the night. That's you. You go do that.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I'm like you. You gotta remove the filter. Woman asks for a drink, you tell her to go to the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's plenty of water in there.
It never stopped running.
Yeah.
They always say buses stay running and walking is never crowded. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like look, at the end of the day.
Okay, no. Now I know we being a little hyperbolic, but let me ask you this though. Would you spend money on a woman that you were interested in?
Yeah. That's a part of reciprocating energy.
Okay, so if First date vibes.
No, I'm a feminist. She got to pay for that.
No, seriously.
I'm telling you.
Oh, she got to pay for the first date.
Listen. Okay, if we're partners, if it's equilibrium, and you're asking me out on a date, right? If you telling me the roles have been reversed, what's wrong with her paying for the date?
I'm not saying that anything is wrong.
I know, but I'm saying.
I'm asking you.
Well, I'm
personally
saying this for the
what
viewership.
you do. What
we're
do
saying this
you,
for the viewership, right?
But I'm asking you.
I just told you.
She got to pay for the first date?
Yeah, if you're asking me out, why not?
I like to set the tone.
I like that too, though. Listen, me setting the tone by her paying, basically saying, don't talk that feminist stuff unless you're going to live to it. That sets the tone. What you're doing is also setting the tone because you're saying like, yo, I'm going to pay how I weigh.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I pay. We have a good time. We decide if we want to do this again or not. If we don't, cool. If we do, cool. You know, I feel a little more comfortable with it that way. I like this. Because here's the next thing. Mm-hmm. When I go out, I have a certain standard. You know, certain places I like to go, certain establishments I frequent. I don't really want to go just anywhere, and I don't want to put that kind of pressure on somebody else's pockets. You know, I don't know what you're working with.
I respect that.
So
I respect that.
Like, this is where we going because these are the places I go, and I got it. You know, we can get to know each other, and it is what it is. Now, let me tell you this. I also do coffee dates, goddammit.
Yo, I'm the inventor of the cheap date.
Okay, I also do coffee dates.
I'm the inventor of the cheap date. Like, Mom, meet me at Central Park. We're going to walk around, watch the kids play.
You will get a vanilla frappe with me, goddammit. All right, you will get an Americano, nigga, and some caffeine nuts, nigga. We will sit down and eat.
This Negro said caffeine nuts.
We will. We absolutely will. I'm saying, like, a date is to get to know each other. It's not really for me to impress you with how much money I'm spending. And how you start is how you got to finish.
I agree with that.
You know, and I'm not with all that. Like, I'm not just going to be pouring my money. I work hard, bro. You know how many hustles I got, bro?
You are the first black man to have more jobs than a Jamaican.
Okay, I'm not working this hard just to give my money to somebody or just try to impress someone.
Just for her to tell her girls, "Ooh, he took me out. We ate at Philippe's.
Fuck all that.
We ate at Nobu Black." My favorite at Nobu, miso black cod.
No,
ooh,
you know what? Because guess what? Even if you don't like me, my bank account is still the same.
Once again, it
does not matter to me.
It all circles back to hypergamy versus us understanding.
I'm not worrying what you think. Okay, now if we get along, cool. But I'm not trying to do this so you could go back and say I spent the grip on you.
That's a fact.
Fuck all that. I'm not doing that,
bro. I hope so. What have we learned today, folks? We have learned that, in my opinion, that I think all men are start at beta. And either graduate to being an alpha, the beautiful butterfly, or stay at the beta stage, or go into this like moth looking thing that is the thirsty male. We also learned that we have to, as men, we understand that nothing you say to a woman really is gonna like affect it, right? Like either she picks you or she doesn't. That's kind of like how it works. You could set the tone, you could set the standard. But she's ultimately, listen, at the end of the day, we live in the Western world. Women control access to their body as you control access to marriage and relationships. That's just how it is. I think me and Obsession agree on most things, and we disagree on some things, but we're trying to have a nuanced conversation. Next week, we guarantee that Christina will be back.
Yeah.
She went MIA today. We tried to bring her on. She probably didn't get it, but we wanted to stay a little bit longer, but I think my phone was gonna die.
Cooperation.
This man laid the framework for that. The
process of working together. The process of working together to the same end. Now you understand. Cooperation. The process of working together to the same end. So when we say we want cooperation, that's what we're talking about.
That's all we're talking about.
We're not talking about anyone bowing and scraping at anyone's feet. That's not what it is.
But is it a form of capitulation?
For who? For them or for
them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so, because there's, you just kind of, you're not going against yourself. You're not going against anyone. You're not going against the grain. You just rocking. But I think they feel that way for some reason. Like, I mean, I don't know, bro.
You think women like go back to their friends and brag if they like made you submit as it took you into like out of your alpha male status?
But I don't know why. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I know we starting to kind of run long. I know your phone's gonna die. But if a woman breaks you like that, fellas, you lost her. She's not gonna respect you anymore, and the relationship is pretty much over after that. It just is. It's all downhill. There's no upside after that. If she breaks you, if you submit to a woman, she won't respect you. You're going to become one of her girlfriends. You might as well lay up in the bed and eat Cheetos and watch reality TV with her. I'm serious, bro. You got to be a man about yours, doing what you're supposed to do. I know it sounds cliche at this point, but living on your purpose, doing what you need to do for you. The better you are, the better she'll be. Okay? If you just follow her around, she's going to get tired of you, bro.
I agree with that.
She's going to get you are going to, the moment you're her lapdog, you're just like her friend. Her pussy not even going to get wet.
Oh.
Bro. And guess what? That nigga that's brimming with confidence, standing out there on the corner hollering at her, he might start looking appetizing.
I listen.
So
I listen.
Be careful, fellas.
This man, listen. What you just said is tantamount for men to develop who they are. Listen, the one thing that helped me out, especially as you get older, if they're gonna leave, they're gonna leave.
They are.
If they're gonna stay, they're gonna stay.
Yep.
So why? Listen, I sleep like a baby, mouth open, drool on the pillow, not worried about if a woman it doesn't bother me.
And don't lie to get pussy either, fellas. Don't make all these wild promises.
Yeah.
Don't be talking about you love them and all that other goofy shit.
Yeah.
Don't do none of that, bro. Don't.
Yo,
just,
I'm
just
telling
don't,
you
man.
guys,
just tell the truth.
Listen,
because
tell the
guess
truth.
what? If she want to fuck you, she gonna fuck you.
Listen.
It's just that simple, man. And the problem is, some of you motherfuckers start making shit up.
Yo, I'm such in his bag, right?
You start making shit up. And,
Listen.
And then she's upset because, all the shit you promised is nothing is coming through. And that's your fault.
Women are like children in that. They don't listen to what you say. They listen to what you do.
Yeah.
They don't listen to what you say at all.
So stop that shit, dudes.
Yeah,
There's far too many of y'all doing that.
They don't listen to what you say at all, right?
And then you run into women, and then their line becomes, "I just don't want to waste my time."
My God!
I just don't want to waste my time because it'd be because of niggas like you, who all you really wanted to do was hit. And if that's what you want, cool. But just be upfront about it. If you keep it real with her, she will respect you. She will, bro. Don't listen, man. Don't tell me no bullshit, Dre. Keep it real with her. If you listen, some of these niggas lie because they know they're not gonna get the outcome that they want.
That's 100% the fact. That's 100% the fact.
Well, that's what they assume. But if you just tell the truth, you just may get what you wanted anyway, and now you don't have all that stress. What we do as human beings is whatever the situation is, we make it 10 times worse in our head. How many times have you had to do something, or you had a task in front of you that you had to deal with, and in your head it was going to be like this daunting task, but when you went through it, it wasn't as bad as you thought, and that's usually how it is, man. So fellas, listen, please, I beg you, man, take my foolish advice. Tell the truth. Just tell her. If you just want to bang, say, I just want to bang. That's it. Like, listen, I want to take you out. We can have a good time. Hopefully we can smash. I ain't really boyfriend material like that. I just want to have a good time. She might just be on that good time wave.
Okay, I'm a disclaimer. They're only going to be on that wave if they're attracted to you.
Now that's a fact.
I'm letting y'all listen.
That's a fact.
Y'all can turn the music off on there. I'm about to go to the mountaintop. Let me tell you something. Standards and all of these things that they say go out the door when the guy meets their physical, that checks off their physical boxes.
Yeah.
So me understanding that also helps me. But yeah, the average guy And I'm not disagreeing with obsession. I understand why you lie though, because if you're not checking off their boxes, you gotta walk barefoot on glass through the project hallway for them to kind of like I get it. And I'm not saying which one is right, which one is wrong, but I am saying, I was in high school and I was a senior at a basketball game. And I heard 4 chicks that I knew in my senior class going on this dude that took one of the chicks to the movies. And she said, he thought he don't take me to the movie and get some of that. I don't do that. A dude from Patterson Catholic, which was the opposing school, walked past these 4 girls and they all said, oh, he can get it. So I said, so my man couldn't get it, who took her out. But this dude who they don't know can get it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not attracted to you, they're just not.
All that goes out the window. All of it goes out the window.
But I mean, come on, that goes both ways though. Like, would you just bang a chick that you didn't like either? Like, she at the very least has to turn you on.
I agree with that. I mean, we're animals first, right?
All right. I mean, because we done all took a trip down Ugly Street on a late night. Like, nigga, stop lying.
I did.
We done all took a trip down Ugly Street.
Ain't no skeletons
on
in my
a late
closet.
night.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
Ain't no skeletons in my closet.
Let me just roll away from this nigga for a lightning strike. This lying ass nigga.
Listen, the one thing,
nigga, I don't believe
the
you.
one thing that I can say with my chest up, neck proud is this. For a funny looking dude like me, when I was in that game, I had all of them were beautiful. And maybe that was the reason why.
Listen, I didn't say that you that you had a relationship with,
No, I don't have skeletons in my closet.
So you ain't never sleep with an ugly chick. You've never had sex with an ugly woman. Nigga, you a motherfucking liar.
I'm telling you the truth, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. We talked about this last week. When I was young and I was chubby, I couldn't get a girl to piss on me, let alone spit on me. So it kind of like gave me this like thing where even when I was a beta male, I just wanted my pick of the litter. You feel where I'm coming from?
I hear you, bro.
And so what it did was like, now the one thing I will say, I would never be rude to a woman I'm not attracted to because I understood how I felt to be castigated for being unattractive. But sleeping with them, no.
All right, if I'm gonna leave it alone, brother.
No, I'm just.
I can't tell you what you did or you didn't do.
Listen, as honest as I've been.
I can't tell you what you did or didn't do.
Listen what I'm saying. As honest as I've been on this show, I wouldn't lie about that one. I will tell you. I'll be like, yo, bro.
Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have had sex.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I have had sex with ugly women in my life.
Bills had to get paid sometime, right?
No, it wasn't all that.
Oh, okay. Now just.
Well, there was this one. Now,
listen.
I'm just kidding. No, seriously though, like I have walked down Ugly Street, on a thirsty night. It has happened, and I'm sure plenty of dudes listening right now can relate. Mm-hmm. I have been selective as well in terms of like, okay, relationships. No, like we can hang out. We could.
Right,
but,
we could crochet and stuff. Right,
but I
play some basketball.
That's about it.
We could play some ball.
That's the end of that. But yeah, I mean, I like pretty women just like any other man.
You know why I never slept with a woman, and I hate to sound shallow because I'm not. That wasn't attracted to, because Jersey and New York, as big as it is, you be in that mall one day.
Well, I mean,
you could be in especially the movie theater.
But wait a minute.
The movie theaters where you see a lot of, especially when you taking out a woman on a new date. Especially when I was in my 20s before this whole streaming thing.
Wait. But do every man qualifies for a pretty woman?
You know how to back. Listen.
Do every man qualify for a pretty woman?
I'm going to say yes.
How so?
Because it could be, like you told me earlier, some men are just born with this, I hate to use this word, swag, but just born with this like persona. That they just be like, look, I don't care how ugly I am, I'm gonna get it. Right? I think a lot of it has to do with confidence, persona, and actual like approach to like life.
Okay,
like, some guys, have that approach.
So do all women qualify for an attractive man?
What woman thinks she's not attractive?
I didn't ask if who thought. I'm asking you, do they?
Listen.
Forget about what they think. I'm asking you, do they?
All right, I'm gonna say this. You want it from my perspective or female perspective?
I'm not talking to a woman. I'm talking to you.
This guy is crazy. All right, so talking to me, I don't think every woman. Yeah, every woman's not gonna get.
I didn't ask what they was going to get.
Every woman's not qualified. Okay, I'll say this. Every woman is not qualified for the guy that they're really like after.
But every man is qualified for the woman that they after.
Because you telling me that you talking to a man, so I'm putting in male aggression, male ego, male persona all into that the answer.
So you can't see how a woman would think the same way you think.
I said they did. I told you, what woman don't think she deserved the man she want?
Okay, so if it doesn't make sense for them, it doesn't make sense for us either.
That's bro.
No. No, it's not, brother. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
No,
we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to Claire Huxtable, my favorite TV trope.
Okay.
Love Claire Huxtable. Feminine, beautiful, successful, loving, nurturing, a wife, a mother, the whole 9 yards. Right? But who's she married to? She's married to a doctor.
Correct.
A man who is successful in his own right.
Correct.
Right? Would the average what's going on? Would the average nigga on the corner be qualified for a Claire Huxtable?
No.
Thank you.
But we're talking about perception being reality. See, that's what I thought you were talking from a guy standpoint where he walks outside that day. You can't. There's some guys you can't. He could have 6 teeth, 2 in his mouth and 4 in his pocket, and you can't tell him like, yo, like you don't deserve it. Like they'll tell you to your face, and you've had those conversations.
I'm not talking about what's delusional.
But if you're talking about on the balance scale, I understand what you're saying now. Obviously, the answer is no. Okay. Right? That's what I thought you were talking about from a person's self-esteem, self-confidence point of view, right? See, me?
No. See, that sounds like wanting it and qualifying for it.
Wanting and deserving are 2 different things.
Okay, I'm not talking about wanting it. I'm talking about actually qualifying.
No. Now, if we're saying qualifying, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
That's, me. I live in I practice logic.
So, when you look at it like that, then, there are some women that these men qualify for and some women that these men qualify for from 1s to 10s, so you might have a 3 that wants a 10, but that don't necessarily mean you get a 10. You have to start kind of looking at the 3s and 4s because that's where you are. You can want a 10. I mean, shit. Right now I drive a Benz. I want a range.
Get a load of hand clap for that.
I want a range, nigga. I want the range.
Range Rover is the sexiest truck you can.
But I gotta put a little more work in, and I'm cool with that. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and drive the Benz.
Girls, if you're listening, Obsession drives a Benz. Chocolate. I know y'all like it.
I didn't.
Chocolate on chocolate, right?
Listen, my Benz could be a 2001. Nigga. You don't know what it is.
I don't listen.
You have
ladies,
no idea.
Ladies, you're talking to the Reverend Dollar B. Green, who lives in. Listen. He could have a lawnmower engine in his Benz, and the woman see the Benz,